Hey guys, are you tired of the crappy campground internet? Do you need to watch a movie, put a movie on for your kids? Do you need to do a little bit of work? This is things that I have struggled with for the last 15 years, and I finally feel like I have a good solution as far as where we camp. So just to kind of give you like our thing, we camp typically east of the Mississippi River and south of Ohio because Valerie, for whatever reason, doesn't ever want to go to Michigan. And so I think that's because she's a Buckeye. I don't know. Could be totally wrong on it. But again, so you guys have heard us talk. Me and Valerie both have businesses that we run and things that we try to do. And so one of the things that we've always ran into is really kind of like internet. You know, I need to be able to get on work because, you know, I'm a real estate appraiser, so I'm always like reviewing reports while I'm out, and there's things that I have to do, and I have meetings weekly. And then, you know, it's one of those things like even when I'm on vacation, I'm still working, and if you log into the internet at the campground, it's like it sucks or it sucks worse. That's your speeds. And so we've always kind of struggled with like what to do. And so I've used three options, and my last option is something that we've been trying recently that I like a lot better, and it seems to be the best fit for us. Now, full disclaimer, we don't have a Starlink. So just, if you're looking for a Starlink video, this is not it. So the thing that we used the most starting out, and you know, until I really started like looking at other things, was the good old fashioned iPhone. Now my iPhone has a hotspot on it. It will get you connected to the internet. It'll get you to do what you need to do. Now the downfall with this, what the cell phone is like the connectivity from the phone to the device you're trying to connect to sometimes can be hit or miss. If I get a phone call, and I get lots of phone calls, it will drop, then you gotta go back in and reset it up. Now with 5G speeds are all about the same, but what you run into also is like, yes, I have an unlimited data plan on my phone. However, if I go over 100 gigs a month, you know, it starts to slow down, they throttle you. If we're streaming 2 televisions and I get phone calls and I'm working all off my phone, the speeds will eventually slow down. So my next solution was this guy. This is a mobile hotspot by Verizon. Now again, this works very well. It's been good. I like it because it can, well, fit in your shirt pocket. It's mobile to take with you, so if you're not at your camper, there's things you can do with it. Also, it's got a 100 gig data plan on it. It's not super expensive. The device was cheap. I just leave this in the camper. And so again, you know, this is a good option, but you got to keep in mind that you only got 100 gigs a month. So you go over, it slows you down. But I will say the connectivity on this, and once I turn this on and all the TVs and computers or whatever hooks up to this, I don't have to worry about it dropping when someone calls me. So this is why I like this one. And so after tons and tons and tons of research, we looked around, you know, we called Bill Gates, Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs isn't one anymore. So we called Bill Gates, and this was his, joking, this was his solution. This is the thing that we have landed on to be the best for us. This is a T-Mobile home internet solution. Now, what I like about this is it's also 5G, but this is truly unlimited data. So if I want to stream a movie in 4K, do some work and surf the internet and whatever we need to do, it works well for that, and it's not super big. The device itself is not expensive. They actually would give you the device if you sign up for the plan. And the service is about, it's 50 bucks a month if you set up for the auto plan for unlimited data. I am actually gonna mount this thing in a, I don't want to say permanent because I don't want to do anything permanent, but I'm gonna mount it in a place in the camper. And I'll show you guys in a minute where I'm gonna put it. That where it just stays there and we don't have to fool with it. Once we plug in the shore power, it will come on automatically, and then we'll have internet. So that's one of the things that we've been looking forward to. So my thought is, as far as mounting this thing, guys, it's not very big. Haven't even tried to see if it would fit in there. It should fit in there. But it's got this little base, and this, you peel this white thing off and it's sticky. And my thought is I'm gonna mount it probably like right there, and I'll drill a hole in this piece of plywood, if you will, where I can just plug it in that spot up there and leave it plugged in, and then it's there out of the way, and you know, it's pretty clean, so we can actually still like stick stuff in that cubby and use that cubby, and then we don't have a big device, you know, just hogging up space. Hey, and if you're curious about why our mattress is so tall, check out our mattress video. This is you damn near need a stool to get in this one. I'm gonna show you a quick loom video on the speeds of this guy.
So I'm not in a great service spot as far as like cell service goes. We're kind of like over a hill by the lake, And so whenever we kind of get into these, it's not what I would call prime cellular service pickup places. But as you can see, it's actually pretty fast. Now this is way fast enough for me to be able to download and stream TV. If the kids want to watch TV, this is also fast enough for me to be able to log into my server at work. And if I need to remote in, I can do that. And we can send emails and we can actually, do some video calls. So it's not like what I have at home where it's 100 up and 100 down, but in the state park next to Lake over a hill, I'll take it.
So we looked a lot into, and I read quite a bit about another option that just doesn't, I don't think would work for us, would be the Starlink. Now Starlink is $150 a month and the equipment's like $600, so it's pretty spendy. The good thing about the Starlink is that you can shut it off if you're not using it. But at $150 a month, I mean, depending if you're a part-timer or not, that's just a lot of money for a weekend warrior. Now, going back to this guy, what I like about it is I can shut the service off basically for 90 days a year. So we don't do a lot of camping in like December to like March, December, January, and February. So I will probably shut the service off on this December, January, and February, and then let them kick it back on in March. The flip side is if we decide like we're not going to do a lot of camping next year, I can just take it back. There's no contract, so I'll just take it back to them, drop it off. As long as it's in good working order, no harm, no foul, the service is over. When you look at like the cost of the Starlink, when you look at the cost of like $150 a month, I think the equipment's about $600. Then you've got to put up your big antenna, and it's just something else to do. And while if we were full-timing or we camped in a different part of the country, I think it would make more sense. Now Starlink speeds in the southeast aren't as good as Starlink speeds in the northwest. So for us, the T-Mobile home internet guy makes more sense to us. It makes more sense for how we camp. And it's just, for me, it's like one less thing to deal. I'm going to mount it in the camper. It's going to have its home. It's going to stay there. It's going to stay plugged in. When I turn the shore power off, it will power down. When I turn the shore power on, it will power up. I just don't have to fool with it, which is really what I wanted. I wanted something with good speeds that was reasonable, that I can kind of put away and not mess with. I will say this white device is the new device. They had a smaller black device that you could put in your truck with you, and you could use it like going down the road. But going back to my different devices, I can throw this in the console of my truck, turn it on, and we have internet in the truck if we need to work or something, which normally doesn't happen, but sometimes it does. So these are my kind of road tested internet deals. I will say in that Loom video, if you didn't catch it, we are at Barren River State Park. We are down over the hill close to the lake. So we are not in a great cell phone service reception area, but we still have good internet, which is really kind of to me is a good test of like what to expect. Now, if we were up the hill, because when you go in this campground, it's just all downhill to the lake. If we were up the hill, we'd probably have better service. It would be even faster, but it's fast enough to watch a 4K video, watch your favorite YouTube channel, or for me to get into work. Let me know what your solutions are, what you guys think. Hope everyone's doing well, and we'll see you on our next adventure.